If you have sound cutting trouble with your Sonos system, I'll probably have the solution for you. I'll give you the answer right away, and then I'll explain you why. Solution number 1, take any of your Sonos speaker and connect it with a wire to your network. If it's not possible, there is the solution 2, which is adding a Sonos Boost to your network. You take a wire and you connect the Sonos Boost to your network. Why? Because I have installed Sonos system for 8 years of my life, and if there is something that I didn't stop to tell to my sales team who sent me to install those systems to the customer place, is to always sell Sonos Boost to the customer if they didn't plan to connect at least one device to the network with a wire. It's not complicated. In my head, Sonos is the most reliable wireless system that I know. In fact, it's the only one I trust. Generally, I always recommend to use wires. I try to avoid wireless as much as possible because there is nothing more reliable than a wire. But at Sonos, wireless works really well, as long as you have at least one device connected with a wire. The only time I had real trouble with Sonos was when they were hooked up only on the Wi-Fi. And that's logical. The way Sonos work is that the famous device that is plugged into the network with a wire transmits its own Sonos wireless network and make a mesh system between all other speakers. And of course, this famous device must be in a place that allows a good signal distribution. For example, if you store it in a metal cage, it's not good. Without giving you a full course of broadcasting, imagine that you are at the very same place as your speaker and you start screaming out loud. Would someone be able to hear you at the position of the other speakers? I say that because you cannot think of the Wi-Fi as something you can see. Most people think that because there is a window and you can see through it, the Wi-Fi goes straight and everything is fine. But no, glass cut the Wi-Fi signal. The same way as if you try to speak to someone on the other side of that window, it won't hear you very well. So ideally, position your speaker on a furniture, a table, an island, somewhere where you can have a good signal distribution. And this principle goes for the Sonos Boost as well, that you can even hang on the wall. The fact that Sonos produces its own wireless network ensures that they can all communicate with each other in their little corner without being interfered by the other device. Almost. Let's say that, like most people, you probably only have one Wi-Fi antenna at home. At the front of your house, on the left side, at the basement. Starting from that idea, the Wi-Fi on the second floor, on the right side, at the back, must be really bad. But for Sonos, since it creates a mesh network, the most speaker you will have at home will create a better network. Because if a Sonos device talks to another one, this one will re-emit a signal so another one can catch it and re-emit to another one and another one. To connect a Sonos device to your network with a cable, the only thing you need is a cable. If you don't have one lying around somewhere in your house, well, it costs almost nothing, and I'll leave you a link in the description so you can order one. So you take any of your Sonos speakers, except for the Move, because it's the only one yet that doesn't have a network cable at the back. So you take any other Sonos device, and at the back, you will find this famous connector that looks like a big telephone socket. It's a network port, or RJ45 in technical term. So you connect one side of the wire to your speaker and the other to your router or network switch. Okay, but now, what if your router or network switch is in your machine room? Terrible place to put a router, by the way, because if it's your Wi-Fi antenna, well, the machine room is generally full of metal pipes for the air circulation and metal cut Wi-Fis. But that's another story. But if your router is in that room and you don't want to waste a speaker to put in that room because you almost never go in your machine room, well, that's where the Sonos Boost is really great. The Boost is this little box and is far more cheaper than a Sonos speaker. And over that, it emits much more stronger signal. If you have a very big house, I highly recommend it. And it's the same principle as a Sonos speaker. So you take it, you connect it to your wire, with a cable, of course, and then you go on the application and you add the device as if it was a Sonos speaker. And that's it. It works. It just works. Oh, and I forget to say, when you take a speaker that was connected over Wi-Fi to the network with a wire, well, you have absolutely nothing else to do. The speaker will detect the wire connection and will automatically prioritize this connection over the Wi-Fi. So once it's connected, you're all done. Oh, now if you have several Sonos devices stacked on top of the other, like it happened really often with Amp and Connect, well, you see at the back you have two network ports. By the way, if you connect a device with two network ports, you can connect any of them to your network. It's the same. It's a network switch. The reason it's there is because if your router is full of device and you want to connect it, well, you could disconnect the device, connect this one to your router, and then take another wire from the other port that is left free and connect this one to the device that you have disconnected from your router. That's the use of that switch behind here. But don't abuse it. If you have 5 Sonos devices stacked on top of the other, don't start from the router, go to the first Sonos device, and then go to the second one, that go to the third one, that go to the fourth, and so on. Don't do that. Well, you may have more trouble if you do connect them all on each other. What you should do at this point is to use a real network switch, link in the description, and connect all your Sonos device inside the network switch. That way, the very last device will not have to go over this crazy daisy chain to go to the internet. It will go straight to the switch, to the router, to the modem, to the internet. If you want to know how the internet works, you can see that video. My way of thinking is that if you can connect a device to a network with a wire, do it. Most of my devices at home are wired. Sonos may have its own network, but still, it broadcasts it on the same frequency as Wi-Fi, on 2.4 GHz. So the less wireless interference you have, the better. You can think of it as a chat with other people in a restaurant room full of people in a foreign country. Even if you understand absolutely nothing at what other people are saying around because they don't speak your language, you will have a hard time to communicate with people at your table because there is so much noise in the air. Personally, I connect every Sonos device I can to the network with a wire. But Sonos may recommend sometimes to connect only one device, like a Sonos Boost, and let the Sonos Wireless do its job. So you can test both solutions and pick the one that works the best for you. So in short, connect at least one Sonos speaker to your network with a wire, or add a Sonos Boost with a wire. If you need a Sonos Boost or any other Sonos device, please see my link in the description. So this is it. Thank you for watching. I hope it helps. If yes, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see my other Sonos tutorial, visit my link in the description or just right here. I have a lot of video on the subject. Also, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Maybe you'll give me an idea for the next video. If you're shopping for a new Sonos device, please see my link in the description, and you should also see my video how to choose the right Sonos device for you just right here. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can find me back easily next time you need help. Take care, and I hope to see you again, maybe on my main channel. See ya!